Good morning, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of One Day at a Time Space Engineer Survival playthrough. We are going to try recording this capture of this Ember resource processing station one more time. See if we're able to get it to work. Okay, what I would like to show you is the orientation you want to try to have on this station when you're coming in. This right here is just about perfect. As you can see, we are right over there. So we're going to bring our flyer in, and the key is to keep the control station here in front of the artillery turret so that it can't mess with you. Also be enough center of it that this lower Gatling gun is out of, hopefully you can line up where it's not going to be able to shoot you, but we're probably going to have to snipe that guy out. You also want to be mindful of this Gatling gun. These are the primary ones that are going to be able to inflict damage on you, so we're going to try to approach it such a way as really to keep that artillery unit, that turret, from being able to do anything. So our flyer. We're going to make sure that our flyer actually... Okay, here's the other thing. We're using the flyer because there's a jetpack inhibitor. There is no personnel inhibitor. There's no energy inhibitor. There's a jetpack and a hand drill inhibitor. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be parking this thing up high so that we can get into the base from above. So you want to be mindful of where you enter your cockpit from, because as you can see right here, if I exit my cockpit, I'm on top. If I were to exit that cockpit from over here, I might fall off the side of the base. So get either right up next to your cockpit or on top of your rover or flyer to do this sort of thing. I want to make sure that our vehicle has enough ammo, and that should allow us to do our thing. Go ahead and target so that we can get our reticule for distance. Still kind of in line with that artillery unit. We do not want to be. We're going to move in as, we really are going to move in as close as we can. 800 meters is and we got to be careful about that, because 800 meters over here is not necessarily 800 meters from this turret. So more. Not seeing any movement from the turret. Oh, that one's working. Okay. This one did not fire though, which makes me wonder if that one's out of ammo. Very possibly could be. So let's go ahead. We're going to try to get this guy first. sure about the right area though. A little high. Just low. Got it. Okay. I'm going to move in a little bit since this gun did not start firing. We're going to see if it oh, the other one. There we go. Get out of the way. Out of the way. Out of the way. Out of the way. There we go. Ah, come on. A little bit more. A little low here. That one's not firing. We might be able to get in here. I think that one is out of ammo. Nope, it's not. It's got a shorter range. That's great. Alright, come on, get back, get back. Okay, let's start taking it out then. Sorry for the jerkiness. Almost got the other one. Go. Now we'll go for the one in the far back there. Although I don't know if we're going to need to. Okay. We may not need to. Turret's turning. Could be smoking. Not sure. So this is what I was talking about, landing. I'll land here. Turn off our thrusters with one damaged. Let's see which one that was. It's up front. Okay, it's a reverse one. And from here, see we're on the top. We do have bad guys in here, so we're gonna go ahead and reload. I've also got a turret in there we're going to need to replace, so. Should be a second droid I think I saw standing over here. Or not, maybe not. Okay. don't see a second droid. Okay, so we're just going to go in and grind down this turret. It was a little late to respond. I need to grind down the, well, let me go ahead and grab this guy's stuff. Not worried about that. Grind this down. An outpost has disappeared. Interesting. We're going to go ahead and put all of this in there. We don't want to needlessly fill our inventory. So we're starting here in the control tower. We are going to have 2 flight control seats here, flight seats. And since we're using cooperative NPC takeover, you can go ahead and rebuild them after you've taken care of them. I would do this also with the interior turrets that we find, just so in case some AI opposition shows up, those guns will hopefully help take care of them. Your remote control is located right above this gun. We're going to leave this window out right now while we go down to take care of the rest of the base. So we need to keep, again, an eye out for AI guys. Now, directly below us, we've got a turret on this side, and we have a turret on this side. And what we're going to do is we're going to kind of ambush them and start grinding them before they can do anything. So there you go. Now these lockers here have, typically will have a fair amount of loot in them. Weapons, sometimes tools, ammo you might want. So we're going to take that opportunity to grind these down and see what we might find in those. Nope, see there's our welder and our, yep, good stuff. I'm going to go ahead and grab one of these. Change our tools. Do the same. We'll just work our way around in a circle. Yep, space credits. Definitely take our space credits. You can of course also use these as temporary storage for components you pick up while grinding. See some of the other lockers have sniper rifles, hydrogen bottles, that's a big one. Flight seat we got, yep. There's our personnel inhibitor nullifiers. We'll definitely want to get those from flight seat number 2. And when it comes to, oh shoot, there we go. Who's shooting me? There it is. This guy should be. Did not seem to get a whole lot of help from our turrets there, did I? I'm going to drop this up here. Try to keep all this stuff in one place. I'll go ahead and charge up while I'm here. reason I'm checking these out is they may have something I want to use now to make this a better make it easier for me to capture this. Since they're empty, I'm not going to pick them up right now. They're not vital to capturing this. I'm going to stick with the rapid fire rifle. I didn't grind it down enough. Thought I did. Nothing in this one. Elite pistol. Listen, these are actually really nice. I'll finish out these last two. Rapid fire. And regular pistols. Okay. So it's good. We've got, let me go ahead and we're going to jump back up in our flight seats. We're going to charge. Get our energy back up. The jetpack inhibitor and the hand drill inhibitor are over in that wing, as you can see. We don't really have a reason to go over to that wing yet. To capture this, you do not need to go into that wing. But we may do it just to make it easier. In fact, we probably will, just to make it easier. But we'll decide when we come to that point. Okay, there may be AI guys in here, so keep that in mind. I have had them come from this section. You've got, if you notice, you've got a turret right there. You've got a turret right here also. This one's kind of pointing in our direction, so hopefully it will move before we go after it. But you have to be careful. Get down low and grind at the very front edge of the door. Almost ground it all. I didn't want to do that. Now, since you can't use your jetpack here, you're going to have to be quick when you move. There we go. Just in time. And we'll do the same with the other side. Barely. Got it. Okay, if you want to, at this point, you can take control of this. And, sorry, I forgot about this graded catwalk here. You can store things in here as you're moving through the facility. You can also do it and check to see what's inside. 27,000 space credits, that's pretty good. Go ahead and throw that in there. I'm not going to pick that up right now. Passageway. This is just a little intersection, not a major one. We're just gonna grind these doors. No guns in here. So like I said, with the jetpack inhibitors, It'd be much easier for what we're planning on doing if we had the jetpacks. But since they're over there, probably not going to be able to work that. But just be advised that those don't always spawn in the same place. I've had inhibitor blocks actually in this space right here. We're not going to do anything with this corridor. It just leads to there's a hydrogen engine down there, so we're not going to bother with that. We are looking to get to the primary intersection or hub of the base. Now, this primary hub has 4 interior turrets in it. You've got 2 on that corner over there, and then you've got 2 on this corner over here. You can see the closest one right there. So, like we did before, I'm going to suggest you get down low, stay to the left side, and grind the very front of the sliding door. We'll go ahead and switch to our firearm, and you're just going to want to take just enough shots on this gun. It is starting to... No, it's not turning, so we're okay. Okay. The next one I'm going to recommend is get this one just to the inside. You can see the base of it right there. If we come in a little bit more, you'll be able to hit this and take this turret out relatively easily. Now the next one is going to be a little bit harder. Ideally, if you can get as many shots in as possible before it reaches around to you. I've rarely gotten this guy without having been shot at least once, so you do want to be careful. Of course, got to reload. I'm going to back up, and hopefully that will stop him from turning around. It may not have, but we'll see. Yeah, it did. Got him. Okay. Got lucky there. So the next one is on the other side of this tire, so we're going to go here, jump over here to this side, use this tire for cover, and then take our shots. Okay. As you can see, right here is the research point terminal. We're going to sit down though and get our energy charged back up. This terminal is typically located right here. I've not seen it located in any other place or location on these bases, so you can expect to find your research point terminal here in the central intersection. So go ahead and grab that. Now from here, you're not going to worry about going to this side. Our eventual destination would be down this intersection, but past this passageway, the next section of passageway has 2 interior turrets, which are located on the ceiling and close enough that you will not be able to, at least without a jetpack, and it may not even work with a jetpack, you will not be able to grind one down and capture it without the other gun shooting you. So we are going to avoid going this direction. We are going to head this way instead toward the flight deck. Now we are not actually going to go to the flight deck. even though that is the location of the inhibitor blocks on this particular spawn of this facility. We are going to take, it's not a shortcut, it is really the safest route to go. So okay, so in this room here, you can see we have a 1x1 container. On the other side of this is a Gatling turret. And that Gatling turret is would be a problem. So we are going to put that there. We're going to take out this block, which is just a regular square armor block. We're going to take this one out, which is the same thing. Okay, jump up there. Another square armor block. And from here, you can see there's the turret. So we're going to take this turret out and hack it, make it our own, so we don't have to worry about it. And this turret is really the reason why you can't go out onto the flight deck to get that jetpack inhibitor, because this turret can shoot you from here. So we're not going to bother with that. What we're going to do is we're going to take this opportunity to get onto the roof, and we're going to make our way across the top over to our final destination, which is that observation room that you can see over there. And being able to do that, we should be able to take control of the last control seat, which will allow us to capture this facility. Now, if when you first approach the station, you did not disable the Gatling turret that was on the underside of the base, you may have to be careful coming across this. You definitely will not want to go out here on the roof of those areas, because it will have line of sight and it will shoot you. So just a heads up there. So we're going to take this block out. This is a light armor inverted corner. Just remember that when we replace it. And now we're just going to go up here and we're going to run over to this section. Now from here, if you look over here, there's the assault cannon turrets. There's one there and there's one on the other side. That is why we approach this station from over there. We avoid those guns completely. The artillery turret is bad, yes, but those right there would be worse. So we're going to run along the right side till we get right here, and we're going to duck down. And this block right here, it could be this block or the second block. It doesn't really matter that much. We're going to take this one out, drop down, and we're going to go ahead and replace this block, because when we finish capturing that control seat, the station will be ours, and we don't need to worry about it. This is the passageway that has the two guns, as you can see on the ceiling there. That would be very difficult to get through without being shot. So this is why we're avoiding this section and coming directly through here. So now we're going to head over to the observation room. Another just regular section, L section here. Grind these doors down. Get that shut. You want to make sure you look in here to see if you've got any AI enabled adversaries. Now, if you just have AI enabled, installed or activated as a mod, I didn't mention this before, it will not be an issue. But if you have the crew enabled mod, in addition to the AI enabled, that's where you can see the drones and the other NPC characters that we ran into at the beginning of this capture. So again, this is just an observation deck. You can use these chairs for recharging. You can also use them as storage. I'm just going to go ahead and power up real quick before we capture this last control station and complete our capture of this Ember resource processing station. And there we go. I'm going to jump back in. We're going to go ahead and disable our inhibitor blocks, the hand drill and the jetpack. We're going to turn those off. Turn the broadcast down. Yep. Okay. So there you go. The station is ours now. And we did it with relatively little damage to the station. We didn't, we had the 2 turrets that we took out. And then we have the 4 interior turrets that we took out. We were able to do everything else without doing a whole lot of damage. So this facility is, for the most part, completely intact. Let's go ahead and take a look at our, well, we do have another discovery log here. Team has been assigned to investigate discovery at a mining site. Oh, okay. So we've seen this one before. Unknown structure found nested inside an asteroid that was a monolith, and the mining crew could not identify its origins. So no GPS though, of course. So let's take a look at the rest of the base. And of course, our lockers, we saw that our lockers had a lot of material in them. The artillery turret, of course. The assault cannon turrets, the flight seat, this is where we were dumping materials. Flight C2 has the personnel inhibitor nullifiers, which we will definitely be grabbing on our way out. Gatling turrets, of course, have ammo. The interior turrets have plenty of ammo. I will probably get rid of all of the interior turrets, just because there's really no need to have them. After this, we can use the components, and we can also take the ammo and have that available and disassemble if necessary. Large cargo container, of course, that's where we had our bundle of space credits. In previous spawns I've seen of this, it can have materials. In fact, I was actually looking forward to hopefully getting some gold, silver, and even a small bit of platinum, which I have found in other spawns of this. Lockers. We've got some O2 and H2 generators with ice. That's great. Got a little bit from what I threw in there. Oh, our small cargo container that has explosives. These will be great for, they can be used for breaching, of course, but a lot of times these will just be disassembled. And wow, this small cargo container right here has, this is our big haul right here. So we've got assault cannon shells, we've got artillery cannon shells, all of which can be used or disassembled if necessary, but these small railgun sabots and the large railgun sabots, those are probably the big ticket item in this capture. So that is pretty cool. Let's go ahead and I want to go ahead and turn the O2H2 generators on. I would also like to see if we have any tanks on board. We do not. Let's see. Anything? Lots of batteries, collectors. Yeah, this is gravity generator. We can probably get rid of that. We have to find it, but we could get rid of that. We could use that for parts. Yeah, this is pretty much it. We got everything though, guys. So from here, what I would recommend, we're going to go back through. We're going to repair any areas we left deconstructed and basically make the station airtight again. We don't have to worry about these guys anymore. I hope you can see though why I would suggest that this is not an area to try to knock these guys out without having the jetpack would make it possible. It would still be a challenge. There we go. Drop that. We're going to head back over to where we access the roof. And we're going to repair these blocks. Okay. To Shift P to take that color. And again, this was an inverted armor. Light armor inverted corner. So we're just going to make that like that. Weld that up. Double check to make sure that that is correct. That is correct. And now we can go ahead and add our regular blocks. And this block here is going to be a little bit different. And I'm actually, before I do that, I'm going to go ahead and get to the yeah, it's number 6, light armored. I think it's this one, if I'm correct. I think it's that one. But I want to go ahead and change the color of this, because this black, I'm not a big fan of how this makes things look. So I'm going to go with a green. I'm going to go ahead and choose a clean armor, and just Control Shift middle mouse, and that's going to make it a lot easier to see in here. So let's go ahead and get this put down. Is that the wrong one? That is the wrong one. There we go. And I need to put a solid block up there. And that should, with the exception of our glass panel that we took out of the control tower, that should make this space, or this station, airtight. So we're going to head back that direction. I'm not going to bother repairing those turrets, because I'm probably going to, well, I might repair them just so that I can take their ammo, and then I'll grind them down. Another thing we're going to want to do is this vent right here, actually sits underneath the artillery turret. So there's actually no connection between the storage compartment and a large storage compartment. It's isolated. You would have to reload your artillery turret by manually throwing shells into this. I'm not a big fan of that. So we are going to put a conveyor tube up there. I do need to shut that. Shut this. And I am going to take some construction components and interior plate from this. So that I can start that. There we go. Small tubes, that's all we have left. Will not be an issue. I am going to go ahead and take the money out of here. Now if we go in here, we dumped a whole bunch of stuff in here. We should be able to pull, there you go, tubes. Alright. 12, I think that's all we needed, right? Yeah, it was. Okay, so I'm going to drop this up here. I'm also going to put this material. I'm going to take that because that can be put in and sent to the refineries. Let's go down, get that connector fixed, or get that conveyor fixed. And see, now that will feed that artillery turret properly. Besides the loot that can be obtained here at this base, also there's, I mean, this is a functional base. You could use this as a shelter if you needed to. The main reason that I wanted to capture this actually comes from the fact that besides the possibility of getting rare materials like platinum, gold, and silver, which are hard to find here on Omicron, we also need parts for a reactor. And this reactor,
warning, please check inventory,
is going to help us build the one on DB base. So I'm going to make a quick little deposit of any scrap metal that I've got, because I forgot to do that. Going down here. There we go. We're going to replace the glass so that we have an airtight space. Do I have? I do not. Okay, so I need to get, and I'm not going to have enough room to carry it that way. Okay. Give me just a minute, guys. I'm going to relocate some of this stuff in my inventory. And then I'll come up, repair that glass, and go from there. We'll then have to go out and move our flyer. There we go. And there we go. We are airtight. Okay, so let's grab everything we can out of here. And leave the guns for right now. I'm going to relocate as much of this material to the large cargo container. All the material that I would like to take with me over to DB base. And
no matter how hard you push, that
yeah, that's going to be a pain in the butt. And then I'll bring DB base over so that we can transfer the materials we want to keep. But guys, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up here. We captured this base. This was our primary objective, really, for this episode. Everything went well. I hope it also served as a pretty good how-to as far as how to capture one of these ember processing stations. So I will need to add a conveyor elbow there, a corner, but that will get our supply line to that Gatling gun once we have repaired it. What do we have here? Construction components. Do I have those? I do. I can go ahead and add that, redo that, since we removed that staircase. All right. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video, guys. I really do appreciate you watching it. Like I said, I hope this offered a good kind of tutorial on how to capture one of these as far as approach. The most direct way to get all of the key components captured when you're using the cooperative NPC takeover. If you are using the hostile NPC takeover, it will be much more difficult because you will have to take out the weapon systems as well. So all of the turrets, including all of the interior turrets as well as the exterior turrets. And before you can take out all of the exterior turrets, you will have to eliminate the jetpack inhibitor. So just keep that in mind. Again, hope you liked the video. If you got any questions, comments, suggestions, anything, throw it in the comments and I will get back to you. Otherwise, I really appreciate you guys watching the video. I'm sorry it didn't tape the last time we recorded last week, but we were in a good spot to be able to demonstrate this again. I'm going to let you go. Take care of yourselves, guys. Take care of each other, and always, always be safe. Remember, close that visor, and don't forget your damners. I'll see you on the other side. But until then, I should go.